the economy.
Now, the demand for video production professionals has been on the rise over the recent years, as many customers are in need of either quality content for commercial use or for social media presence or more. Now, Smith Hemston, a videographer, talks to Apollo James, and he insists that discipline of time, creative vision, and attention to detail are key in succeeding in pre-production and post-production for brands and agencies.
My name is Smith Hems. I'm a video director and I'm the founder of Smith Hems Production. So my services include video production, script writing, event coverage, photography, and today we are covering an event that has been organized by Rahani Events and Deco. So right now we're still doing the setup. It's a bit crazy. We are glad the weather behaved today because it's a very major challenge, especially when having like these events. Right now I'm setting the aperture. So since as much as we are shooting indoors, I still want to make sure that my lighting is perfect so that I don't get like shadows in between my shots.
What goes through your mind on the deadline day?
So for the deadline day, just praying that everything goes on well, because we've done a lot of practice, especially like for the last 2 days. You have to come for the rehearsals first. Okay. So let's say like 2 days in advance, we have to scout for the location. We have to do like a recce. So that's where we get to see like what's going on, like is it a favorable place, like will we have like too much light affecting our shoot? Yeah, so this kind of stuff. This is a garden wedding, so the main challenge is the weather. So, because normally, right now it's the rainy season, so we're just praying that we get as much sun as possible today. Rather, we can just have like a warm day. Yeah, because we find that when it's a bit cold, or maybe when it's drizzling, when the rain is pouring down, it can be a very like big challenge, especially for the organizers of the event. Because if you look at the decor that they had to set up, the sound system, the electronics, like everything can be a mess with just a drop of the rain. Events like weddings, launch, these are events that you're not quite sure of the time, like what time the event will end. So it's really good to be flexible. So when you're having any other engagement, you can't have it maybe before 6. Mostly on my side, I normally try to be as friendly as possible with the client. Okay. So I try to make the client feel like it's not something that it's too official. Yeah, so when you make the client a bit comfortable, the client can trust your work. So at times what I normally do, I show the client previous videos that I've done before that are similar to what they're looking for. So once the client sees that at least you can be able to achieve this, I think you'll have less pressure on your side. Yeah.
On a previous interview, you mentioned starting a school, classes.
Yeah.
How has it been?
The classes are really good. So I've done one class already. We had like the March class. We did it for like 4.5 to 5 weeks.
Did you achieve your objectives for the first cohort?
Exactly. So especially like during my first class, There's one simple task that I give the students. So especially like on the second week when we started, so I told the students to do like a certain project. So, because I know it's the second week, most of the students were not really familiar with what they were doing exactly, but I had to let them do it. So on the fourth week, I told them to do the same project once again. And like with the results, I was really impressed because all the things that I had taught them during the class were applied on the final video that they were doing. So I was really impressed, and I was in a position to tell myself like, yes, I can be able to make a very big difference in terms of these video tutorials.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've come to the end of today's shoot. You as the video director, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you've achieved what the client wanted today? Just describe how you're feeling.
Yes, I feel really good right now because one, we had a very bad morning because in the morning there was a lot of pressure. Guys were thinking that it's going to rain. So the fact that we've just finished the event and it didn't rain, like that's a very big success, especially for the client, because they arranged like all this from scratch, and it would have been very bad if it was spoiled by the rains. So the fact that we've also managed to finish in good time, because we find that most events go up to late night, past 7. But right now you can see it's like 4 p.m. and the event is done. So we actually started early so that we can finish early. Normally, this type of event goes from like 10 to 6 p.m. But now, because of the weather, we had to start like from 7 a.m. so we can finish at 4 p.m. rather before the rain falls.
So for such a garden setup, how do you make sure that your lighting is all good so that when you start shooting, there is not so much imbalance?
Okay, so for this particular event, we had 2 setups. So the church setup and the reception, rather where the bride and groom will have the reception. So the church setup was completely like outside, so no roof, no nothing. So with the outside shot, we rely mostly with the natural light. So that's why for such an event, you have to make sure, like, especially during the morning hours, when the lighting is really good, that's when we'll have like the church setup. So for such a setup, when I'm shooting like indoor, especially with the tents, I use the aperture. So I can decide to use either 2 or 3. I normally try to set up lights in different areas that I can get like the perfect lighting setup. So as much as you're having like the direct sunlight coming inside the tent, I also back it up with the aperture to just reduce the shadows and make sure like the final footage is well balanced. I'll just urge like anyone who wants to major so much in production to make sure you have discipline of time and the kind of work that you do. Make sure you're putting up a really good work, because such clients, they don't come very often, but once you have like good videos, once you have like a good production, once you have your content going up online and everyone loves the job, like you'll always get these kind of clients.
Now, the 47